Hello everybody, it's Joe from J The Games coming at you with another cool video, and I'm back in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 with our theme park here. And when we left off in the last stream, we were creating this dark ride, which was awesome, and I pretty much continue this entire episode of just building this dark ride. So I don't have a lot of experience with dark rides. I know that my first time with custom scenery actually was a dark ride, so that's probably the last time I actually created a dark ride. So I'm pretty probably really rusty with creating dark rides, but I was actually enjoying how this was actually turning out in the long run. It's by far from done. It's going to take a long time to create this dark ride. It's going to be a very long time, and there's also an outdoor section because people kept wondering, like, that's going to be a very big building, and it's like, no, that's the outdoor part. So there's going to be an outdoor part and an indoor part that will actually be in that. So by no means is this going to be final, and I want everyone to understand that before you start commenting about how terrible this looks, because there's a lot of stuff I need to change. I could end up changing, like, the floor of the dark sections. I don't know about the pitch black floor yet, or if I should theme it a little bit more. But the POV, when I use the POV and stuff, I'm going to use do some different things, because it's hard to have a dark ride in the dark in this game, because you'll still be able to see everything in the light. So you pretty much have to record it while it's dark outside, so you get that dark effect on the inside of the ride. So that's you kind of have to use some movie magic there, and to get it to work out pretty well. So it will end up working out, I have no doubts. So I don't place too many props and stuff like that yet. I'm trying to just get the basic layout and the shape of the building first. So I do a little bit, and I'm trying to figure out what was the difference there between all those water towers. I did figure it out, and I'm gonna have a particle effect on that water tower that's on the inside of this building, where there's going to be like water coming out of it. It would be kind of a cool thing to have. And I was in the mindset, just using some of these cool looking buildings and stuff. I thought it'd be cool to have like this little mine town on the inside of it, and just kind of have a little storyline behind the ride, so which I'm still kind of working on. I like to have a little bit of a storyline to the rides, and if it's in a theme park, and that's kind of cool, it will work out very well. I'm pretty much just building the layout here with I like to just get one wall up just to kind of get the basic layout of what the building will be. And I don't get any further than this indoor section, because there's going to be a more indoor section, and this is just as far as I got in this video. And I still hadn't actually finished the ride itself layout, because I got stuck on the last time during the live stream. I got stuck on doing that, and then I decided to go ahead and add some friction wheels. I might use some different ones later, I'm not sure, but as of right now, these worked pretty well. So I decided to use these friction wheels for the inside of this dark ride, and gotta have friction wheels. Something's got to be moving the train, so these wheels will be moving the train through the ride, and that'll be really cool and really awesome. So this is definitely a mine theme. A lot of people want me to do like a different theme, and I was like, no. Or they were asking me to do different types of roller coasters in this area, and I was like, no, I got to go with this type. I have different sections of the park that's going to work for different themed rides, and we're in the mine section of the the mining section of the park, so this is going to be mine themed. There's going to be a lot of it, so I figured the dark ride would go good and well in the dark or the mining area, and I just can't understand what I'm saying right now. And a lot of people were going on about the terraforming. Don't worry about the terraforming right now. I know it's terrible. It's going to be changed in the future. I do the terraforming last. Well, right before I do the custom supports, I do terraforming after I get the layout of the coaster done and just pretty much everything else, which I probably should do by the next episode. That way I don't get too far into it and have to have a pain with the buildings and stuff like that. So by far, this is by far far away from being complete. This is probably going to be one of the longest coasters to complete, because there's going to be so many props and stuff, and the queue line, which I actually did get to the queue line later in the video. I was trying to figure out what I was going to do here. It was hard to figure out, and I still don't think I got the final result that I wanted. In the end of the video, it might end up changing, but we'll find out. I actually ended up riding the ride in the video. I'm not going to slow it down for the POV, but because it's not final, and a lot of people want me to ride the rides, of course, in my videos, but for this, I'm going to leave it out. I mean, you'll get to see it, but it's going to be in, like, sped up, obviously, in the time lapse, but I don't like to show off my POVs until I think they're ready, in my opinion, and a lot of people don't like that, but that's just how I am. It's just, I think it works better if, I don't know, I just don't like to show them off until it's finished, and just kind of to give you that surprise factor. See, I can do the POV here, so you get to see a little bit of it here. It's obviously sped up, so it's going to go a lot slower than that. This is the time lapse, obviously, and you got the first drop, and it goes through here. This is all indoors here. This all this section will still be indoors. This next drop is indoors. This is all indoors right here. This is indoors, and once you get to the lift, that's going to be the start of the outdoor thing, or the outdoor stuff. So once you get to the lift, this is all going to be the outdoor part, and it's going to be very exciting. I can't wait to get into it. And this last part, I barely made it through that last 0G roll, so I ended up changing it a little bit to make it a little bit quicker. So I decided to go ahead and delete it and make an underground part where it'll go underground, and it's going to do the 0G roll and go up into the brakes. And hopefully that'll work. Actually did not test it because I'm a dumb. I didn't test it yet, but I will test it later. So I just wanted to get more to the indoor part of the rides. So, or the rides. It's only one ride. So the entrance and exit are just placeholders. I will change it to where it's the invisible entrance and exit. I just like to use these as a placeholder so I know where everything's at. So this is going to be a very interesting queue line. It's going to kind of go everywhere. Whoops, I just hit my thing with that. But it's going to be interesting. It's a pretty long queue line too. I'm not going to lie. But it's going to be really cool, and I got a little plan for it. And then, of course, the exit is just going to be simple just to get out of the ride, and I just try and connect the pathways for right now until it actually becomes, there. So I can't ever forget to save. End up saving a lot, which is good, I suppose. But now I get to the part where I actually start creating a little bit on the queue, or working on the queue line and stuff right here. I just create the base wall to start off. That's how I always like to start off, is just the first wall. And then after I create the first wall, I usually do the props and stuff. And then after I get all the indoor and interior stuff, I usually then start to do the roof. So or build it up and then do the roof. That's what I usually do. And this is, I think it's going to turn out really well after I get all the props and all the scenery items in there, and it's going to turn out looking pretty awesome, I think so. But we still got a long ways to go. And here I kind of wanted to make a cool little thing, so I decided to make this little like fence in between this pathway and the next pathway. So you can see, like, later in the queue line, you could, like, run into your friends and stuff. I thought it was kind of a cool thing, and put a lot of props right there. And I created this shortcut entrance, so if the park's not busy, there's that. It gives a little bit of a realism factor to it. You can just cut to that part of the pathway. That way you don't have to wait or walk all the way through this pathway just to get to the ride if it's slow and there's no line. So that's kind of a realism thing that I was going for here, because I decided to go ahead and add like the ramp here, and that will connect you to further into the, there goes my phone, further into the pathway, so you don't have to wait in line. Pretty much, if there is no line, you don't have to wait. That's kind of the thing there. So this is a really high up, so you do have to walk a bit of ways to get to the top of the ride, and it'll be kind of unique in its own manner. So I pretty much try and go ahead and start doing some props. I was about to do this roof here, but I decided, no, I need to do the props first, so I go ahead and delete it. But that's about it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, and even cooler tomorrow. Goodbye.